So I would like to call this meeting to order, and we'd like to do the Pledge of Allegiance, but since we can't all talk, I would like someone to do that for me. Dan, would you want to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will all listen?
Actually, I can't, Sandy, right now.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and do it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, now we are ready for the roll call. Denise?
Hey, Sandy, I didn't hear it say it was recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
There it came. And also, he's having a problem with is getting a good signal, so he said to start, which we did.
Okay, I'm going to check the recording. I'm going to stop it and start it again because I'm afraid it's recording to my computer rather than the cloud. So hang on one moment.
The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. Now, Denise, roll call.
Sandra Hash.
Here.
Terry Baker.
Oh, there's Terry. I think he's waiting to be admitted. That's either Terry or Kevin.
Okay.
But
I'll come back.
Yeah.
Don Calvert.
Here.
David Drake.
Here.
Pamela Samples.
Here.
Dan Swafford.
Here.
Pat Wesolowski.
Here.
Okay. And did Terry sign on?
There's an iPhone, but it's unidentified, so I'm not sure whose that is.
Kevin doesn't have an iPhone, so.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. Have we got the minutes for the past 3 meetings? Denise sent those out, and so I hope we all had a chance to look at those. And I would like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes for March the 5th, June 11th, and July 9th.
David Drake, so moved. Second, Pat Wesolowski.
Roll call, Denise?
Sandra Hash.
Yes.
Terry Baker. Don Calvert.
Yes.
David Drake.
Yes.
Pamela Samples.
Yes.
Dan Swafford.
Yes.
Pat Wesolowski.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a couple more callers here coming in. I think one of these is Terry.
Yes, it's Terry.
Okay. So I would like to ask if there's any conflict of interest with anything on the agenda for this month.
No, not for me.
No.
Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to new business. And it is, sorry, there's some feedback there, but final plat amendment for lot 7 at 7350 West State Road 46 in Briarwood Estate subdivision, 0.61 acres. Petitioner is Rajesh Patel, case number PC 20-10.
Did Kevin sign on?
I still don't see Kevin. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm on through my phone. Apparently none of my electronic devices want to work right now, so sorry about that. Okay, so your first case tonight, and I apologize for not having any visuals to go with it. The plat amendment for 7350 West State Road 46. I would request that this item be tabled pending further research. There is a restriction on the original plat for Briarwood Estates, of which the plot is part, that prohibits the splitting of any lots to create new lots.
Could everyone hear that clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at Kevin's request, do I have a motion to table?
I move we table it.
I second it.
Would we want to hear from the petitioner before we do that?
To be clear too, we want to table it specifically to the next commission meeting. That way they don't have to re-advertise in the paper. And unfortunately, I don't have my calendar with me. Kevin, when's the next plan commission meeting? September?
Oh, good grief. I knew that would come up. It is September 3rd.
September 3rd.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll amend my motion. Move that we table final plat amendment for lot 7 of 7350 West State Road 46 in Briarwood Estates subdivision. Petitioner Raja Patel to September 3rd's planning commission meeting.
I second it.
Denise, would you like, okay, do we want to take comments before we vote? Darla?
That's the plan commission. I think it might be better just to wait next meeting.
Okay.
I got a
Does-
question. Sandy or
Yes.
Kevin, does a petitioner know that there's supposedly a problem, Kevin?
Yes, I let the petitioner know probably a week or so ago, and the surveyor had let the petitioner know well in advance that this could be a problem. So this is not news.
Okay, thank you.
And I saw him on here, so that's why I wondered if we should hear
Uh,
if he.
It was before Monroe County, but that's then after they changed something.
I'm
Is that-
sorry, would you repeat that, please?
I think when we apply that for the and we mail that papers to that all the residents, I was in under impression that I was getting correct information how to move forward. There was a change.
I can speak to that. When the information was submitted to our office, it was not at that point brought to our attention that there was a problem with the plat. That was discovered after doing some research on it myself, and then I spoke with the surveyor today, and we were both on the same page. I had sent out an email to the petitioners a week or two ago, letting them know that this was likely to be tabled, and requested to go forward anyway. I've talked to Darla a few more times, and I don't see how we can. I don't see how the planning commission could entertain approving this, knowing that the plat specifically says you can't subdivide.
But is that was there was a different zoning that time? Like it was in Monroe County or something?
That does not have any effect.
What
So,
he's-
Darla, should I withdraw my motion if we're going to discuss this?
So, Mr. Patel, what the issue is that your property deed says that you cannot divide that lot into two lots, and we don't think we can violate that because that's what it says on your deed. That's the issue.
And the reason for tabling that is to give us some time to research if there's a way to remove that restriction, modify that restriction, and how would we go about doing that? At this point, I don't have that answer.
That's okay.
So by tabling it, we don't want to deny your petition. We want to give it the chance to see if we can make it work.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
So we'll see you in September 3rd, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I've got a question. Hi, this is Eric Deckard with Deckard Land Surveying. And Kevin, how do you propose that you was going to research into this to give the petition a better chance, or at least to give it a chance to see what it would take to have it removed, or the language removed from the plat? Can I ask who's going to be doing the research? Do you have counsel?
I've spoken with our attorney, Darla, who's also on the meeting, and I know she's into it, and I'm going to look into it as well.
Okay. And have you guys had this happen before?
Well, maybe not exact situation, but yeah, there have been issues that have come up when when the Plan Commission has voted to do something that was against the plat. So yes.
Okay. And was there a resolution, and what type of resolution came of that, Darla?
Well, we lost. So
Well, well, I guess I'm not I guess I'm asking, from the petitioner's point of view, how does that affect us? I mean, are you saying that you guys agreed to subdivide something and there was language similar to this, and you had to recant the plat or something? Is that what you're saying?
no, what I'm saying was we had a petition that came before the Plan Commission, and listed on the plat was a utility easement that the Plan Commission agreed to move back 15 feet to the south on the property. And that turned out to be an issue. And I know the court based its decision on easement language and not plat amendments, but I just want a chance to look into this before I can advise Kevin or advise the Plan Commission on what to do in this.
And I'm not meaning to, make things more complicated. I'm just curious on, is this something that Plan Commission can handle, or is this something that goes to zoning appeal, or kind of how does this typically work? If say, for instance, they was going to try to get language removed from a plat. Well,
the Plan Commission has the ultimate authority to vacate or amend plats, so it's in the right venue. This is the Plan Commission's bailiwick. I'm just saying. Okay. I want to look into this. Okay. And is there anything that we could help you out with to furnish you with that would be of any benefit to you? Well, I'm happy to discuss it with you outside the meeting. I'm not sure this is be talking about it, to tell you the truth. So I'm happy to contact you and talk about it when I get a chance to get into it. So. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Denise, I think we're ready for a vote on the motion.
I thought Dan changed his mind about tabling. I thought he said he was revoking his motion because
No,
of the discussion.
I asked if we should revoke because everyone was discussing it, and I never got an answer, so I didn't actually revoke it. But
okay, there's a lot of noise in the background, so I heard bits and pieces. Okay, are you ready?
I think we're ready, Denise.
Sandra Hash,
Yes.
Harry Baker,
Yes.
Don Calvert,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Pamela Samples,
Yes.
Dan Swap,
yes,
Wazalowski.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're ready to move to the next item on our agenda, which is the development plan approval for a drive-through coffee shop at 4910 North Lakeview Drive. Petitioner is Denise. Can you pronounce the name for me there?
Yeah, the petitioner is Kimbar Cortez.
Kimbar Cortez. Thank you very much. And the case number is PC 20-11.
Sorry, had my phone on mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, Kevin, would you like me to put your information on the screen?
If you want to put the site plan or the landscape plan up, that's a
Okay.
big piece of. Quick summary of this request. It's a 320 square foot drive-through coffee shop that would be utilizing the former ATM drive-through lane in front of Choice Self-Storage, which is at the corner of Lakeview and State Road 46, the property owned by Kevin Ferris. Property zone C3, which coffee shops will be permitted. This would be a drive-through only, no walk-up window, no seating. You can only get coffee through your car. We did not have a full tech review meeting. I did send this out to all the tech review members, and only minor issues were sent back as comments, and those have all been addressed and are corrected in the site plan and landscape plan. All noticing requirements were met. Staff does recommend approval of this development plan. With development plans, we have 11 criteria the Plan Commission generally looks at. For this particular case, since the overwhelming majority of the property is already developed, there's only a couple of items that really mattered. Everything else is basically already taken care of. The internal management of traffic, I did want to speak about briefly. The drive-through lane should be able to hold 7 vehicles at one time. Anything additional could wrap back around on the property if needed. That would plug up the one drive aisle on the property, so they would probably have to widen it if that was a common occurrence. But it'd be a great problem to have, but that'd really be the only reason they would have to widen it. At this point, I don't think that would be necessary. Something just to watch in the future. The traffic could enter right now either off of State Road 46 or preferably off of Lakeview Drive. And there is a walkway, though they will be adding a few parking spots with a walkway running from the parking spot to the building. And that should be shown on the landscape plan. Let's see if I get that pulled up. Yeah, the walkway would run around it'd be the right side of their island that the building would be on. Other than that, there really isn't much else to discuss. I can take any questions, and I don't have the meeting up for me, so I'm not sure if the petitioner's there. I believe she is.
Yes,
Or
they're
should
here,
be.
Kevin.
Okay, good. They can answer any questions as well.
Kevin, you said a part of the tech review committee didn't meet. Who hasn't looked at this?
We didn't have. Normally, we like to meet in group for tech review. Everyone from the tech review got the plans and reviewed it and sent back comments.
Okay.
So we didn't have a formal meeting due to the COVID and so forth, but they did have a chance to review it. And with it being as small as it was, there really wasn't a whole lot to look at.
Okay, I misunderstood what you said. I'm sorry. I thought you said
no problem.
Some people hadn't had a chance to look at it. So
Kevin,
they all did have the chance.
okay.
Kevin, this is Pat. Did you say there's a walk-up window?
There will not be a walk-up window.
Okay. There'll be no outside seating either?
No, there will not.
Okay, thank you.
Are the parking spaces for the employees?
Yes, The number of parking spaces was determined off of the number of employees on the largest shift, which was 3. And they put 3 spaces in. There's some additional spots already there for the other businesses that they can use as needed as well. I don't know if they would, but there are some there.
What type of structure is this gonna be? Wooden, block, or? Do we know?
It's going to be a stick built on a concrete foundation.
Excuse me, can you give your name?
Oh, yes. I'm Dominic Cortese. My wife to my left is Kimber Cortese. And so we're the co-owners.
Could you repeat that? What type of structure?
Yep, it's going to be a stick built. So it'll be wood framing on a concrete foundation.
Thank you.
I had a couple questions, if I could, please.
Go right ahead, Don.
Okay, one for Kevin. Can you give me an estimate of how many cars it would take before we back up traffic to 46?
The way the drive-through is set up, they would back up on the Lakeview before it would back up on the 46.
Yeah, I know that. But that's a very short distance, and that's what I was interested in.
Well, 7 cars can fit in the drive-through lane, and the thought was if that filled up, then they would wrap back around the island to the right, where you could probably fit 7 or 8 more. I can't see any way that they would end up on 46 or even Lakeview. They shouldn't be coming in from, shouldn't back up in that direction.
Okay, thank you. And for Mr. Cortese, what are your hours of operation?
The hours right now we have set are going to be an opening at 5:30 a.m. with a closing at 7:30 or 8:30. Of course, that is subject to change based on the amount of traffic we get. But our opening day, we were planning on being open at 5:30 with closing at about 7:30.
Now, is that 7 days a week?
So we initially were planning on being 7 days a week. Sunday, Saturday opening, maybe pushed back an hour or 2. Initially, we are planning on still opening at 5:30 in the morning. And then as we kind of get a feel for what the traffic patterns are on the weekends, then opening may shift back 2 to 3 hours.
So that's 7:30 p.m. or a.m.?
Yeah, so it'd be opening 5:30 a.m. with a initial closing is going to be 7:30 p.m.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Kevin, this is Pat. I'm trying to visualize if they pull into the establishment off of 46. Are they going to use the existing driveway? Is that what you're telling us? That the mattress place, where we used to be a mattress, and then if they pull off of Lakeview Drive, I'm trying to visualize coming off of 46 and one coming off of Lakeview Drive. I mean, how is the one coming off of 46 going to swing around, I guess?
If they come in off 46, they would have to turn in. There's a driveway that comes up past the old mattress shop to the north, and then they'd swing around there back towards Lakeview, and that's where the actual entrance to drive-through is going to be, is that where the driveway is closest to Lakeview.
So that's where they'd be pulling in off of 46 to go back around and then come through the back. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And that wouldn't interfere with the storage sheds or whatever they're going to go into the old mattress place?
No, that shouldn't cause any problems. Like I said, if at some point that they were backing cars up clear out of the drive-through lane and into that drive aisle that goes back towards the mattress shop, then we would ask that they widen it. But I don't, for only doing drive-through service, I imagine they'd be getting things quick enough that it wouldn't back up more than 7 vehicles. Mm-hmm.
Is there any other questions? Dominique, do you have any more remarks?
Yeah, so since my wife and I, we live in Ellettsville, and so one of our things we plan on doing, is trying to hire local folks in our little community here. And then as far as our food items that we're going to have, we want to hire local scholars is going to be providing us with several pastry and breakfast items.
And I went to Ivy Tech and I was in the hospitality program there. So then there's also some local, just kind of like smaller businesses that use commissary kitchens and stuff that we wanted to reach out to as well. And for just for like breakfast burritos and, muffins and pastries and, the sort.
Will you be doing lunch items too, since you're going to be open all day?
That's something we're going to kind of look into as we get there. Most of it's grab and go. A lot of it's the easier to grab and go because we're not really we're not going to have the grease trap and vent hood and stuff. So we're not doing a lot of that ourselves. It's just going to be with what kind of relationships we can get in with some of the other restaurants and things around here, just to try to keep it really fresh and fast and local as much as we can. And so that's our plans right now. We're obviously, since it's just us, very flexible with how to adjust and what kind of people want and need.
Okay, is there any more comments from the Plan Commission members?
I have a quick comment or a question. You said you're not going to add a grease trap. Kevin, is that, can they do that with the restaurant?
Like the large, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, sorry.
So as far as the grease trap, we're going to we have a three deep sink that's going to be inside, and they call it an under sink grease trap. And so it's I know Bloomington proper has like the larger grease traps that they have, but since we will not have a deep fat fryer or making food
on premises.
Yeah, we won't make food items in house. Essentially, the grease trap is just standard for under the deep sinks.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought you weren't going to have one at all, and I'm pretty sure you had to have one. So, all right, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other comments from the audience or any Plan Commission members? Okay, we're going to move forward. Is there a motion to approve the development plan for the drive-through coffee shop?
David Drake, so moved.
Second.
Denise, roll call?
Sandra Hash,
Yes.
Terry Baker,
Yes.
Don Calvert,
Yes.
David Drake,
Yes.
Pamela Samples,
Yes.
Dan Swafford,
Yes.
Pat Wesolowski,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're very excited.
Yes, we're excited too, and it's nice to meet you. That wraps up everything we have on the agenda. The next Plan Commission meeting will be September the 3rd. Kevin, do you have any remarks to add?
I do not.
Is there anyone that from the floor that would like to speak? Any Plan Commission members have any information or questions?
How long are we going to be doing the Zoom? And what's the reasoning?
Darla, I think the governor's order ends, what, August the 14th or 15th?
I believe that's correct, yes.
He may issue another one before.
Yeah, that's my understanding, and I think that's the word Kevin was getting to from the from AIM. So
there may be another order issued. And Pat, the whole reason behind it is to just try to protect us from spreading, COVID-19. keep us all safe in our homes. It's a little harder to communicate on this. The little bit of variance in the voices seems to be a new problem. The last few meetings, I didn't notice it so much earlier, but
Well,
it's
my only
just,
concern is, Sandy, is that the public, okay, they're so used to coming to the town hall to have a situation. And I think the last meeting we had, somebody was concerned of how they find out if it was going to be a meeting or not meeting, a Zoom meeting or whatever. And so that was my
Well, let me
concern.
just real quick on that. That was a last minute change for the last meeting due to circumstances beyond our control. This one was noticed that it would be a Zoom meeting and was sent out in the notices to adjoining property owners that it would be a Zoom meeting.
Okay, thank you.
and Pat, when we do the meeting notice, we send out the Zoom information. And if anyone needs that, it's on the board at Town Hall and probably our website, how to contact us. And if you want to receive an agenda, then we just add you to a list and it's just sent out to everyone that requests it.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the Plan Commission members? Pretty quiet group tonight. Well, I would like to thank you all for attending our Zoom meeting. And I know it's not as good as meeting in person, but it does keep us all safe and sound at home. And so until we meet again, I guess we need to have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
And Denise, roll call, please.
Sandra Hash,
Yes.
Harry Baker, Don Calvert,
Yes.
David Drake,
Yes.
Pamela Samples,
Yes.
Dan Swafford,
Yes.
Pat Wazalowski.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Denise, and thank you, Kevin. Thank you, all the Plan Commission members. Stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you next month.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
No, thank you. Very well.